Hi, this is Mrs. Purple. Welcome to my podcast, The Right Mind for Any Time. Here you will get the world view from my perspective. So buckle up for another episode of knowledge, wisdom, and a good time. Enjoy the show. Mrs. Purple, The Right Mind for Any Time. I always wanted to go to New Orleans for the Mardi Gras. So New Orleans for the Mardi Gras had to be booked a year in advance in order to get a hotel room. So I went to New Orleans for the Mardi Gras. It was the year before Hurricane Katrina. The Mardi Gras seemed like it'd be going on from Sunday until Tuesday. And a lot of beads. I got a lot of beads that were thrown off the floats. I got to meet the Zulu tribe that was in the parade. I got to have some New Orleans known for their fish sandwich, like shrimp sandwich. Popeye Chicken was a good place to hang out when you're in New Orleans. And my girlfriend, they went and had some donut called beignet, real sweet, but New Orleans famous for the beignet donut. When you hang out in New Orleans and the dust get down some at night, you got music. You can hear music in the air, whether somebody playing the trumpet or the music coming out the restaurant or coming out of the club. When the Mardi Gras was over with, the street was clean, it was back to normal, we decided to take a city tour. The first place we stopped at was the New Orleans grave because their grave is above sea level. I went to see the witch of New Orleans with Marie LeVay. It seemed like on her grave, a lot of heroin addicts and people shooting up drugs end up sitting on her grave in the New Orleans cemetery. We also went to a slave house, and at the slave house, they served mint julep, which is some kind of green alcohol. And I noticed that the kids, when they was doing slavery time, they wasn't that tall or big. The bed seemed like it was very small for the kid to And at this slave house, they had trees that meet up. They grew and they meet up at the top like a loop. And they said a lot of people that come to this slave house, they tend to have their wedding now because it's to start from the beginning of the house and it goes out towards the back. The people that was giving us information said a lot of the slave house in New Orleans got financial problems. So this half of the state owned some of that property in New Orleans, because the family could not pay the bill, so they divide the property up. And I also learned that if you have a slave and the slave get old, you cannot just cast them aside. As a slave owner, you had to be responsible for that person until they die, even when they get old. And it seemed like they paid more for men, and they paid more for Mandingo men, the one that come out of Africa. New Orleans is a very exciting place if you wanted to see Bourbon Street, like jazz from New Orleans, and just the plain old Mardi Gras. Thank you for listening to my podcast, Right Mind for Any Time, and my travels to New Orleans.